No matter where you come from, no matter where you're going, here's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white or gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Claremont Center for Spiritual Living. How are you this morning? Good to see all of you. We have a new podium. I kind of feel like I'm a little bit behind a wall. We might have to do a little angle something thing so I can, dance in front of you. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'm Reverend Tracy and happy to be here in spite of the podium. It is pretty, though, isn't it? I think it's really pretty. And I don't know if you noticed or not, but our front yard is looking really nice, don't you think? Did you see it? The driveway? The jungle has been beaten back and trimmed out and evened up and mowed over, and we're getting there, folks. We're getting there. How good it is to come together. How nice it is to remember that we're part of a community. We talked about that a lot last week at our annual meeting. And I'm just reminded of how blessed we are to be able to be together. I was looking at my materials from previous annual meetings because, some of the things are the same every year. And I had all my notes from our virtual meeting during the pandemic. And I just remember how much not fun we had in Holmes Hall, the board all spread out like 10 feet apart, trying to get on Zoom to do an annual meeting, and the sound wouldn't work, and there was feedback, and nobody could hear. And other than that, it was a great meeting. So I'm just really grateful that we're here, that we're blessed to be together, that we're healthy, and that we have an opportunity to remember a greater truth, to remember the truth of who we are, which is magnificent beings, just becoming ever more of who we already are, and how good it is to support each other in that. So we have some great music this morning. We've got Jeff on keyboards, and we welcome back Janelle. Our practitioner on platform this morning is Mary, who's stepping in for Patty, Reverend Mary. And she'll do our opening invocation and a reading when we get started. A little shout out to our sound team that make this happen every week. So that's, right now the team is Ed in the back. He's the one in the pink closet. Hi, Ed. If it weren't for Ed, you wouldn't have A, chairs to sit on, or B, speakers to hear. Well, Jeff does speakers, so I'll say Jeff does that too. But yeah, it's a team effort, and we're lucky to have everybody that volunteers. And Mickey, of course, smiling at the door. Hi, Mickey. Thank you so much. All right. Well, let's get started by getting centered, shall we? I'm going to invite you to turn off your phones if you haven't already, to maybe clear your laps and clear your minds. And if you're watching us from home, get comfy on your couch and take a deep breath. And let the sound of the bowl take you within to that heart space, that place of love and light within. For that spark of light is the divine within you, and it is here that we remember that we are all one.
So as we come together, just taking a moment to ponder on those words, we are all one. The power and presence of God is within us. The love of God is within us. God expressing for us as us. So as we come together in community this morning, as we come together to share, to express who we are, and to enjoy each other, we know that it is all good, it is all God. It is all love and joy amongst ourselves and all of creation. And so in this knowing of this oneness, we begin this morning. So it is. So good morning. And in honor of our theme today about waking up and looking around after this beautiful rain in our trimmed yard and whatever, I thought I would read from Chicken Soup of the Soul, The Rules for Being Human. You will receive a body. You may like it or you may hate it, but it's yours for the entire period of this time around. You will learn lessons. You are enrolled in full-time informal school called life. Each day in this school, you will have the opportunity to learn lessons. You may like the lessons, or you may think them irrelevant and stupid. There are no mistakes, only lessons. Growth is a process of trial and error, experimentation. The failed experiments are as much a part of the process as the experiment that ultimately works. I have to remember that one. A lesson is repeated until learned. Yep, I know that one. A lesson will be presented to you in various forms until you have learned it. When you have learned it, you can then go on to the next lesson. Learning lessons does not end. There is no part of life that does not contain its lessons. If you are alive, there are lessons to be learned. There is no better than here. Oh, there is no better than here. When your there has become a here, you will simply obtain another there that will again look better than here. Others are merely mirrors of you. You cannot love or hate something about another person unless it reflects something you love or hate about yourself. What you make of life is up to you. You have all the tools and resources you need. What you do with them is up to you. The choice is yours. The answers lie inside of you. The answers to life's questions lie inside you. All you need to do is look, listen, and trust. And lastly, you'll forget all of this. So, thank you.
Good morning, everyone. How are you?
Good morning.
I have this newfangled necklace from Jeff. He gave me a little present here. Hold this ukulele in place. Thank you, Jeff. So I do have a bit of a celebration. I told you about my work with missing people and how that the state of Nebraska was going to, in process of naming October 17th, the date that my sister disappeared 24 years ago, Nebraska Missing Persons Day. And the governor has agreed to sign. It's gone through all of the steps. It's been 4 votes, I believe now, all unanimous. And now the governor is going to have a signing ceremony. So celebrate. This song has been running through my head for a few weeks, so I felt that meant something. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see empty skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Thank you. Got to get used to my new thing.
Lovely. All right, so we're lighting our candle for our new monthly theme. The theme for March is Wake Up. And in the honor of awakening, we talked this month about how this is out of juice. One more time. You know, then again, close your eyes, if you will, and imagine with me a candle flame. It doesn't want to wake up. You know, we're right on the cusp, right? Spring will be here officially in a couple of weeks. Easter is at the end of the month, which is a spiritual awakening story, and spring itself is the earth waking up after a long winter. And I know it's a little hard to tell in California that we've had a long winter, other than the fact that it's actually wet this year, which is very nice. But there is a quote by Eric Butterworth that says, "You must wake up. You must realize the depth of your own divine potential." And that's really what we're talking about this month. And that's our wake-up candle. And I'll take care of that flame thing for next week. The title today is Hey Sleepyhead. That would be you and me. And it's about that sweet waking up, not the alarm clock, jarring noise, cat jumped on the bed kind of waking up. It's the one where you sort of roll over and you realize the light's kind of seeping in and you open your eyes. And it's just a real gentle, natural feeling of moving back into awareness. When you look around on your walks now, when you walk by the trees that are bare sticks, we do have a few of those that lose their leaves, you'll see the buds are already forming. And we don't really have snow on the ground for the crocuses to come up, but we do have daffodils at Trader Joe's. That's always a good sign of spring. And if you haven't purchased any daffodils from Trader Joe's, I really encourage you to. It's like the best $3 you will ever spend. You get a little bunch, they all look closed up, you take them home, you stick them in water, and I'd say 20, 30 minutes later, they start to open. Yeah, worth it, best $3. But there's this natural self, there's this natural cycle of ebb and flow, of sleep and wake and sleep again. And when we have trouble with our energy in life, when we're feeling stuck or obstructed or exhausted or depleted, it's usually because that ebb and flow has been interrupted, either because we're not getting enough physical sleep, or we're not getting enough mental rest, or our emotions are on some kind of a roller coaster. That sense of rolling over in bed when I don't have anything I have to do, when there isn't anything outside pushing me, when there isn't a rule or an obligation or a sense of panic about something that's not done yet, when I'm in that space of just, that vacation space where you're in a bed that's not your own, but it's really comfortable, and it's not your house, so there's no piles of stuff anywhere that you're supposed to be doing, and then you wake up and you go, oh, there's like space to be. That's the feeling that I get when I hear the term sweet spirit. So for me, when I first started in religious science, I had a practitioner that used sweet spirit. And it just gave me that feeling of being able to rest there, of being able to sort of settle in and be comforted and be cared for. And that feeling, when I come from that place, I am open, I am giving, I am generous, I am compassionate, I am giving kindness. All of that is the truth of me always, but I sort of have to tap into it in order to come from there, right? Because I don't know if you've noticed or not, but the world is really noisy. It's mentally noisy, it's physically noisy, it's intrusive, it's distracting. We get pulled away from our heart all the time by what's going on. And being the good humans that we are, we love shiny objects, don't we? Right? With this and then that and then this and then let's go here and let's go there, and we don't want to miss out on anything. Or we're dealing with difficulty and it's one thing after another, after another, after another. All of those things put our heart to sleep. All of those things cause us to withdraw or go numb or get mad or get super busy doing something we think we're actually controlling. Any of those out there? Any workaholics? Anybody who gets fixated on something or someone when they're under stress? We hear things like the sky is falling and danger and do something. You have to do something. We think we need to go fix it or figure it out or rescue somebody. Something. Push, 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 push. There's no peace in push. It doesn't work that way. So that innate sense of love and compassion, the part of us that wants to be in the world, that wants to help, that wants to reach out, can get smothered underneath all of that noise. Our little heart gets dragged around from one tragedy to another drama, to somebody else's problems, to our own issues. And we get tired. We get really tired because the ability to rest, to truly rest, is absolutely required by our physical, mental, and emotional selves. We have to have it. No sleep is actually a torture method, right? Not letting people see the cycles of day and night or distorting them will actually mess with you in a very serious way, in a very lasting way, in a very traumatic way. So we know we need rest. We know we need to sleep, but we also want to be awake to life. So how do we do that? When we go into withdrawal mode or we go into numb out mode, we're sort of sleepwalking through life. We're in this automatic response mode. My mom yells at me, so I yell back and I slam out the door and I drive to wherever I'm going, and all the way there I swear at everybody else on the road because they're in my way, and that's how my day starts. Or, I yell at the dog because she's being a dog when I don't want her to be. It's like we're not reasonable about these things, but we're in reaction mode. So what do we do with that? Because the truth is, the love's still in us. That peaceful place is still our heart. Given a break, we'll find it again. But how do we tap into it in the middle of stuff? I look at it like going to the movies. You go into the movie theater, lights go down, movie comes up, and next thing you know, you're in this story, right? It's like your emotions and your mind go on this carnival ride. If there's tragedy on the film, you're sad, and then you get mad, and you boo the villain, and you want the lovers to make it, and if you get scared, you're like, they get scared, you're scared. I mean, We get pulled in, right? And it's this big story. And then we walk out of the theater and go, oh, I'm back to me again. I'm in my life, and there's the Cheesecake Factory over there. Let's go get dinner. I mean, we move into the story and then we move out. And that's what life is. That's what this thing is we're living. We're in stories. I'm in your story. You're in my story. I have a bunch of my own stories. You have a bunch of your own stories. I like what Ebert said. What's his first name? Roger, the film critic. He got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and this is what he said in part. He said, movies are the most powerful empathy machine in all the arts. When I go to a great movie, I can live somebody else's life for a while. I can walk in somebody else's shoes. I can see what it feels like to be a member of a different gender, a different race, a different economic class, to live in a different time, to have a different belief. The great movies enlarge us. They civilize us. They make us more decent people because it expands our perspective. Part of sleepwalking through life is thinking that what you're doing and what you're seeing is the way it is, and that's all there is. When Ernest Holmes talks about seeing beyond appearances, he was reminding us that what we see in front of us is not all there is. What we're feeling in any given moment is not the only thing we feel. It's not the only way we think. We are more than that. Things that pull us out of our story into someone else's, something expanding and transformative, a good book, right? How many of you, like me, don't read at night because you'll stay up until you finish the book? Every time, doesn't matter how long it is, right? Or for me, travel. Travel does that for me. It doesn't matter if you're going on a mission to Africa or you're going to do you're going to do a spiritual experience at Machu Picchu, or you're going to a new bookstore in Boston. Travel changes our perspective. We see different places, different people, different ways of living. And what happens is we can't help but be shifted by that, but changed by that. Now, it may not mean that I want to move to South America, but it may remind me that I really do appreciate having beautiful artwork on the walls, or that I really do want to try that Peruvian restaurant right around the corner. It reminds me that I'm in charge of my own experience of life. And the only way to do that is to be awake to the part of me that loves life, that is enthusiastic, that is curious, that wants to stretch, and not to be buried under blankets of circumstance. It takes a spiritual practice. Now, have you ever been to a play where maybe after the play, the house lights go up and the actors come out on stage and they have like a Q&A, or they talk to you about it, and you get a feel for what it took for them to get into the roles, and then maybe the social issues that are involved. It's a wider view of what the play represents. And I think part of what that does is it reminds us that the play is the vehicle for self-discovery. And as this is the truth of my life, it is the truth of everyone's life. That life can only give to itself in order to sustain itself. So therefore, all that we do supports life in its expansion and evolution and transformation. And this life unfolds what seems like very messy ways, and yet the universe is one of order. It is a universe of peace. And it is up to us to wake up to that peace within our own hearts, that place of sanctuary that we carry. It is up to us to individually express the love that we are, the awakened spirit that we are. And in those moments where peace seems far away, where life feels messy, where things are noisy, I speak a word of comfort. I speak a word of truth, that within the heart, given a moment, peace will rise. Love will present itself. A way forward is made clear. For this is truly the nature of spirit unfolding as us, through us, all around us. I'm grateful, so thankful for the blessings of life that are everywhere present, grateful for the eyes to see, for the heart to know, for the connections made, those that I know already and those that are yet to be. There are blessings all around. And so in saying, thank you, sweet spirit, to this life, I release my word into law. For in that one mind, in that place of oneness within every heart, it is already done. For the truth is always present. And it simply unfolds in space and time for each of us as it will. And it is good. And so it is. We have an affirmation. I'm inviting you to say this, repeat the lines after me so that our friends at home can join us. You'll find it in your bulletin. I am awake and alive to the present moment. I see clearly. I love fully. And I act with the power of peace. And so it is. Nice. All right, let's have a little more music, shall we? Welcome Janelle back to the stage. Well, Jeff will welcome Janelle back to the stage. There we go.
Thank you, Jeff. He's my only fan. I bring him everywhere I go. All right, so how long? Talk about waking up. So in 2009, I was sleeping, and this voice, like a rumbly God voice, said, Janelle, woke me up, right? Well, okay, interesting. I went back to sleep. The next night, a different voice woke me up and said, how long? It was another male voice, but not rumbly. And the third night, yet another male voice woke me up and said, there's a fourth. And I didn't know what any of that meant. But I came to realize that there was a fourth time that in the spirit I was being woken up. And I come from a Dutch family, and they used to talk about stubborn Dutch people. And so I always felt when I went through these times that my head was being slammed to the pavement. And this was the worst time, the fourth time. So this how long, I thought I got it. I thought I got the message. Well, most recently, I was directed to read Exodus. And there's so many how longs in there that it opened my eyes. Okay, how long what? Now what? Now what am I in for? And so, it's how long before Pharaoh lets the Israelites out. How long are they going to wander in the wilderness? There were so many how longs in there. And I thought I had to pay attention, so I started writing things down. And then last night when I was getting ready for today, I felt like I was supposed to do the first song, and the second song was going to be about grace in the trash can, because I walk a lot, and I was on my walk, and I saw this video game box that said grace, and it was at the top of the trash can. I went, ooh, grace in the trash can. That's a good, So I wrote all these lyrics for that, and I was working it out last night. And then it went, no, how long, how long, how long? So this song came last night, and it's about waking up. It's about waking up. So, how long will you wait? How long till the day? How long till you let go of all the things in your way? How long till you show up? How long to fill your cup to overflowing? Flowing. How long, how long, how long, how long, how long? How long, how long, how long, how long, how long? How long to find your power? How long to find your peace? How long to see your beauty? How long to find your knees? How long to claim your birthright? How long to let your light shine? Shine. How long, how long, how long, how long, how long? How long, how long, how long, how long, how long? There'll always be trespassers treading on our souls, but they don't have to gather and occupy us whole. We don't have to make them partners or give them squatters' rights. Turn the tables on them and use their energy to rise past. Rise past. Rise past. How long, how long, how long, how long, how long? How long, how long, how long, how long, how long? Rise past, rise past, rise past, how long? How long?
I say we start now. I love that song. That's wonderful. And I'm so grateful that you are the vehicle for all of these messages and then you bring them to us. Thank you so much. As uncomfortable as it may be for you, we really appreciate the fruits of your labor. All right. Let's take a moment in gratitude and offer our abundance affirmation, for we know that we truly are an abundance community. We are prosperous in our own right, and we share that with each other, which then expands it exponentially. And wow, like I said, one little light, and then you put them all together, and you've got this beacon. And we truly are a beacon for the philosophy that we believe in. We really are the lights that shine for the people that know us. And when we show up and know our own abundance, when we show up together and say how grateful we are for it, all we are doing is expanding that energy, and that's good for all of us. So join me in saying, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I give, and all that I receive. I am prosperous now. Okay, we have some invitations. I have a shelf, which is where the invitations are. This is a lovely podium. Let's see. Just a reminder, if you happen to take home flower arrangements the last couple months that were in a crystal vase rather than the cardboard pressed container, please bring the vases back. They actually belong to St. Ambrose Church. We borrowed them. We need to give them back. We haven't found them yet. All right, so here's what's going on campus. We have Gateway on Wednesday night. Reminder that we're at a new time, 5:30 for Gateway here, 5 o'clock for meditation in the practitioner room. Or on Zoom. So if you'd like to meditate on Wednesday night, just a little midweek touch-up there, that's a really good time to do it. And if you come in here at 5:30 on Wednesdays, there's always a conversation, a presentation, a new way of understanding our teaching that's personal to you. It's usually a small group, so there's a lot of discussion, and it's fun. Mary shared with us this last week some of the music and one of the talks from the Centers for Spiritual Living annual conference. And the spiritual leader, Reverend Dr. Sunny Cantrell Smith, spoke on moving from me to we, taking our philosophy and understanding that we're meant to, yes, focus on ourselves in order that we might be our best self, but it's so that we can be in the world and be a brighter light for everyone. And so it was a great talk to listen to, and just I inspired a lot of ideas and a lot of really good conversation. So that's Wednesday night. So do come. Do we have a title or a topic yet for this week?
We'll be doing visioning.
We'll be doing visioning.
Yes.
Okay, how many of you have done visioning before? Okay, so it's a process of listening. It's a process of getting still and asking questions and seeing what shows up. And so it's a way you can vision for your own life, you can vision for the community, you can ask a specific question, you can simply wait and see. And a guided visioning is really great if you're somewhat new to it, because then someone is asking the questions, you have a chance to write it down, we have a chance to talk about it, and turn it into what's next for us. Because sometimes our subconscious knows before our thinking mind does. So that's Wednesday night at 5:30 here in the chapel. The Infinite You is the Universe class has been rescheduled. It starts March 15th. It's a 6-week class, but we have no class on April 4th, so it'll actually go over 7 weeks. This is based on the book, This Thing Called You, which is like one of the best Science of Mind beginner books there are. But because it's Science of Mind, there's something for everybody in it. So even if you've been in this philosophy for quite a while, I encourage you, come to class, revisit this book, and it's a little book, so there's not a lot of reading homework. Does that help? Do this, yes. If you sign up for class, your life will be better, right? Do this. Okay, sign up sheet. Oh, yeah, Mary's got the book back there. See, it's just a little tiny book. It's not very big. There's a sign up sheet in the back and flyers, and we will be starting in a couple weeks on Thursday nights, 6:30 to 8:30. If you want to attend but can't come in person, please just make a note on the sign up sheet so we can figure out if we're going to do a hybrid class or if we're going to do it in person or online or both. So let me know. C's Candy. All right, now let's be honest. Who's actually sold any boxes of C's Candies to their friends yet? Yay! No. Wrong program. You know, I asked Shelley today, she said she wouldn't be here today, and I don't have an answer back from her. She was working on a link. So if and when we get a link for online ordering, it will go out in the e-blast, it'll go email, and we'll announce it as best we can. But the thing is, to get it by Easter, the deadline for orders is the 11th, which is a week and a day from today. So you kind of have to sell stuff this week. So even if you can pencil it in on your paper so that we know, so if we get the link, then we can put the orders in, we can do it that way. I'm sorry for the confusion. Usually we just do it on paper, but I want people to be able to order. So, if nothing else, buy your own Easter candy and bring it here to order it so that the church gets a little bit of benefit from it and it doesn't cost you anything extra. It'll be fun. You'll see. You know you want those Bordeaux eggs. You know you do, and you won't buy it for yourself in the store. But the order forms are right back there with a little envelope to put your money in, and those orders will be here by Easter. So think about C's Candy. Dancing on Tuesdays if you like line dancing. Dancing on Wednesdays if you like belly dancing. And if you don't know if you like either one, you should come try it. And we have had some great response to our request for food donations. We support both Inland Valley Hope Partners and Foothill Family Shelter with food and supplies. So if you have something you would like to donate, you can set it in the back of the room there, and we will take it to the shelter or take it to Hope Partners to help those who need it. And what else? Oh, Susie. Susie has a concert announcement.
Okay, so I'm a member of Claremont Chorale, and we have several fundraisers during the year, and we have one coming up. This is March 16th. It's going to be 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like an hour and a half of Bach, and it's wonderful at the United Church of Christ, which is 233 Harrison Avenue in Claremont. And it's a wonderful concert. You'll really enjoy it. So I have the tickets. They're $20 for adults, and I think they're $10 for children.
Okay.
So please come. I have the tickets.
All right.
Thank
Good music is always good, right? All right. Anyone else? No, not going to happen this week. Okay. Thank you, though. I do want to thank everyone again for last week that volunteered or attended the meeting and voted and brought food for the potluck. Thank you very much. Nobody went hungry. That was good. And just for the level of engagement that we saw last week. It was just delightful. I also want to ask if any of our new board members are here today, if they would please stand. Those of you that are new to the board, please stand. Yeah. Thank you for saying yes. Sean's in the back there. He's the new board member. Yeah, thank you very much. We look forward to finding new ways to serve our community, and they're the ones you want to talk to with all your bright ideas. Graham. Might even get them in the, oh, well, gosh, guys, give me a week. You know, I did like 3 weeks worth of work last week, right? Getting ready for everything. Yes, we'll get them in the program. Thank you. Good idea. Nice reminder, I guess. No, thank you. All right, we're good. All right, let's stand up, spread out, and rock out.
Take a look at the person next to you. Say God loves you and I love you too. Now feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice and repeat after me. We come together, we come together, we come together.